till you get to where you're gonna make your jump, yeah, waiting, but, yeah, the Wiley's the low. Nice anchor gear though, yeah. 3,500 pound Navy with, I think he had 9 shots of 1.5 inch chain. Stud chain, I was like, damn, wow, that's gear.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a big winch. You ready to start?
Anytime, yeah, His Highness. And personally, we got the corners.
Yeah. So let's train audio, please.
Okay. Call to order the Harbor Commission regular meeting, January 14th. 2026. Ready, you wanna do a roll call?
Good.
Here,
Ryan Schutz.
here,
How do I
Here.
say your last name?
Oh, Suarez.
Suarez?
Yeah.
Hein Krutov? Garrett Collins?
Here.
okay, we have the regular meeting agenda in front of us. Take a motion to approve that.
Move to approve the agenda. Second.
Third. Okay. And we're anybody have any discussion on it? The agenda? Or additions or something that we need to clarify? Everybody's good? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we got our minutes for 8th. I think it was our last meeting.
It was. Move to approve the minutes. Second.
In a second, anybody have anything they see that they're doing earlier? Okay, anybody opposed to approving the minutes as written? Hearing none? Minutes are approved. Visitors? It's hard to tell with it's dark back there, but
Just about the same amount as normal.
Tony has put together a harbor master's report. Anything you want to just? Anything you want to highlight there, Tony?
Let's see, There's so Wilson's, you know, as you might have noticed, the ramp has been pulled out, or the floating dock next to the ramp. We have ordered all the materials for it. They're replacing 2 sections, or rebuilding 2 sections, one that we know the Tamar hit, one that we don't know, age, whatever, just could be caused by that, but. So we're splitting the cost between them. Materials were $14,000 just for materials.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So it's the stringers and the, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's
they're big
they're like 14-inch blue lamps.
lamps, right?
Yeah, so, and then all the cross pieces and all that, so, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we, John Van, he actually talked, because he knows what we need. He got the order set up and then we did it, saves us 20%, you know, or whatever they charge, so. He's gotta make a profit, but I talked to him about it, and he said, you guys just order it, you already have an account. So we ordered it, 60 to 90 day window on those getting here. Wilson's assures me they will get right on it, and, so. I did
Put us. March.
Yeah, March, April, so yeah, I mean, if we get it done in April, that'd be mid-April. So yeah, so that stuff's on the way, and then we have some materials laying around, styrofoam and everything, if we end up having to replace any of that. Bolts and different things like that, we got that, so yeah, so it's ordered, we ordered that 2 weeks ago now, I think. And then, let's see. Attended the Seattle Marine Expo. I don't believe I'll be attending it next year. It just seems to be getting light every year. It's getting lighter, less people there. It's in the Seattle Center this coming year, this season. I'm gonna go down on my own just to see what it's all about, see what the crowd looks like down there and everything. But unless we can get someone to go in halves with us, or a couple people to go in a little bit here and a little bit. You know, the price went up again, so it's close to $4,000 for a booth, you know, by the time they send me down there. Plane fare and hotel and per diem and all that, you know, it just, and I usually bring someone, cause it's hard to kind of do it yourself. It's pretty pricey, and it just, you know, I mean, there's no way to quantify whether you're really making any money at it. And guaranteed we're not making a bunch out of it at all. It's nice to go and show our face and be down there and put the name out there, but if you can't get someone to go in with you, it's hard.
I'm not sure where the chamber is, but I spoke with Hein about trying to get a greater Cordova business presence with Representative Peterson, DMI, the city of Cordova as a whole, and what it brings, because just as a harbor, I think if you don't know Cordova, then you don't know what Cordova has to offer, so nobody's really gonna engage with that, but if you have somebody that is, you know, trying to bring in Cordova as a whole, it might be a way to do it. I don't know where the chamber is at with their.
I tried to get, you know, cause you know, we started it because of the shipyard, really, to kind of promote the shipyard more, cause the harbor was full when I got here. And that was the thing we really promoted. But I tried over the time to get people involved to turn it into a Cordova thing. The chamber has not stepped up to a couple times I asked, what do they got, don't have the money, whatever, or too busy, I don't know what it is. I've talked to CDFU, they're not willing to fund somebody to come down there and split the cost. Talked to the marketing association years ago and they weren't willing to do it, so I mean. You know, Homer's got a great system, because they have the industrial park and they have.
Line trades.
They have the people who do all the Nomar bags. They go down there and split the cost and along with others. At one point, when Kathy Sherman was here, we did like donations for it and we put flyers up, but only a couple people chipped in. It was like $500, you know, so, and that was probably 6 to 8 years ago.
Yeah, I remember Kathy being down there for that, it
Mhm.
just. Yeah, I mean, it'd be. I don't envy seeing you down there, like it looks horrible.
I do enjoy it down there. I do enjoy talking to the people and meeting the people. And a lot of people that used to be in Cordova or, you know, and just fishermen come by and customers, and I like doing it, but. You know, it's just, I mean. The harbor can afford to do it,
Mhm.
but is it worth doing?
Right,
And this, you know, I mean, the city itself, they don't have money.
right.
It's hard
there's a way to just put a pin in it and come back and see if we can get somebody, rather than just say no here. I think, I agree, the show's getting a lot smaller, it's definitely changed in the last few years, post-COVID,
Yeah.
it's changed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I think going to a smaller venue might help give some more energy to it, but I also think we need to show up as a group of people that work out of the shipyard that have facilities that would be used by a boat coming to town. I think that it could be a benefit to the city as a whole.
Yeah.
If the harbor has the funds to do it and you don't totally hate it, I mean, you've been carrying the weight for a long time on it. I think to share the burden with some other, whether it's chamber or, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe we can put a pin in it.
Yeah.
If you're not wanna just wash your hands.
I mean, I don't, you know, I mean, we can, you know. I think just kind of look at it for this year, just go down and look, see what the turnout is. Being in a new place, and I don't know if that's permanent or not. By looking at the layout, it looks really cut up, so I don't know if that's gonna be better or worse, because it looks like it's in really different areas instead of like. The whole front row is one big thing, and then you have Alaska Hall. It's kind of cut up. So yeah, I don't know, you know, and we've been lucky because Port of Seattle stores all our stuff, so we're not shipping that back. You know, so like our display and which is like 100 pounds, and then the TV and stuff like that, they store all of it. They store it for us, you know, so. Which saves us, you know, probably $100+, it's not a lot, but over the time, a couple $1,000 of shipping it back, because it's too heavy to ship. For luggage, so. But yeah, you get other people involved, like I said, the businesses that pertain to a lot of that stuff, so. Yeah, but, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of vacation too, so.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I take a couple days vacation and go down there early and stay a day later and stuff, but. You know, but I don't mind doing it, last year wasn't any fun because I was sick.
Right,
So-
yeah, that was also a bummer.
First you get that, it's that time of year when travel might be a day or two extra
Mhm.
on each end
Yeah.
too, but.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah. If we could get someone to go in halves or two people, two different going quarter each or something, and I'd be willing to continue doing it, but yeah. Um. Let's see, well, so we did 100 lists for the year. Little light, but not our lightest year. Which isn't too bad. 35 hours security for Samson. Some maintenance on the travel list, gearboxes and drives, wire rope. Collected 16,750 gallons of used oil. Delivered some to the city, some to the high school.
How much do we got in
I don't know what we have for a total right now,
storage?
they're minus those numbers, so
Alright,
yeah,
just.
yeah,
Can
12,000.
they keep up a little bit? Is that?
What's that?
The shop and the school?
Yeah, I mean, usually I'm surprised we haven't delivered more to the high school.
Right.
Usually we've delivered more to the high school, but they're probably getting low. We're bringing another probably 1,000 gallons pretty soon here, so. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but we usually have about 10,000 on hand when spring hits. So, you know, if we gotta ship out 5,000, it's better than 10.
Yeah.
You know, which in the past, we've done that. We've shipped out 10,000 gallons in a couple of years in a row, so. That gets really expensive, about $3 or $4 a gallon to ship, you know, just to get rid of it, not including the shipping, so. Let's see, breaker work, leak in the shipyard restroom fixed. Poured the concrete pad and electrical meters in North Harbor. And then, drive down water was froze up, running. Woo-hoo, pretty simple fix. You just gotta find out where that breaker is,
Mhm.
the second breaker.
The
Or
second
the third
breaker,
breaker,
and
I
then
should
it
say.
turned on the heater?
So there's, which I didn't realize, and when I tell you where the other one was that we didn't know about, you'll be like, why would it be there?
Right.
So there's one there's one for the head where the hose bib is, that has its own little separate coil on that. And then there's one that is a breaker on the drive down dock, which is half of that heat trace. And then there's one at the grid. A breaker at the grid power box, which is 300 feet away from the main panel. That's got a breaker in there just for that.
Is it for the heat trace on the water at the grid?
Nope.
The other half.
Yeah, it's the other half.
Drive down.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we were like, I don't know, all the breakers are on, all the switches are on the drive down, everything's. We had Jesse Beadle come down and look at it, he's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, I don't know where it is on the other end of it. So after 6-8 emails with PEI, the contractor, he was like, did you check the power on the grid, the breaker? I'm like, what? I'm like, why is it over there? So we have no idea if that was the reason last year it froze. But I have no idea, and I looked through all the as-built and nowhere did it say that there's this another breaker over the grid.
Bonus breakers.
What's that?
Bonus breakers.
Yeah, yeah, it's like an Easter egg in your
Yeah.
car, you know, you find it. Yeah, so the metering, still the wireless metering system. We emailed. Mariner Electric, the people are supposed to be working on the data configuration, still no word from them. I forwarded that email also on to, or included Chris Nielsen from Turnigan. And he told PEI to get on it because they're the ones in charge of it, so. It's ridiculous, you know.
Does that go to, does the electric company charge the harbor to go look at, for labor to go walk the dock?
They do, yeah.
Yeah,
And they still have to do that in the new, or I guess the
So
south
the
part.
new
yeah.
meters don't.
They're not remotely read because it's not CEC's fault. I'd like to blame them, but I can't. Eaton and MEE. Not playing well together, whatever, don't agree on something. The data had to be changed. MEE said it would take a couple weeks. That was well over a year ago. And then they were like, oh, I spoke too soon. The data guy says it's gonna take a lot longer than that, and then so. So hopefully I'll hear back soon. And then the other one was installation of new three-stage dock crane. I don't know where that's at. I gotta get a hold of Peterson's because I don't know if. They're gonna be doing any of that. They're gonna cut the old plate out, weld the new one. We have the new plates sitting out back. And then, of course, Calvin will have to come down and do all the plumbing for it, but. Yeah, so,
Any plates on our trailer?
oh, yes,
No,
thank
I
you
mean,
for,
transport.
yeah, thank you for reminding me. I didn't put that in there and I wanted to talk about it. So Travel Lift has been the guys trying to sell it for us. We put it on for a couple months on a web, well, we did it for on the city webpage and others. But then we took a public webpage, surplus page and put it on there. We got offered 50,000 for a $400,000 transporter, you know, so I didn't take that offer. So Travel Lift got a hold of a guy that's got it working out of the yard in Sitka. It's a private business.
Oh, yeah.
He's very interested in it. I actually talked to him, he called me, Traveler said, hey, would you talk to the guy? And he wants to talk to you, do you mind? I'm like, yeah, tell him whatever he needs to know. Sounds very enthusiastic and it sounds like he's gonna pull through on it. I got a hold of Travel Lift, Monday, I think, said, hey, what's up? And they said, he's just right now negotiating, the loans. So, Travelers was like, oh, would you take 190? I was like, 2. We're not going to any 2. We want more, but the longer we keep it, the less it's worth.
Yeah.
You know, it's not,
Right, and it's not quite, we gotta like
yeah, it's not making us
build a
money.
shelter for it.
Right, you know, it's just losing us money if we keep holding on to it for years and like, oh, we'll sell it in 10. And then it's worth nothing.
How long
So
have you had?
2 years old.
2 years. 2 years. The harbor rebuild.
Yeah, it was.
The thought was a great idea, but you know, and we thought we were gonna have to haul.
To make space because of having to get all the boats out and
Yeah.
we tried
And then after-
everything we could and it turned out to be enough.
Yeah, and it was an after, you know, we ordered it and then kind of figured out another plan but
And it's not really the best fit for shape boats we have.
so,
Once, you know, it's kind of one of those things, once you put it in use.
yeah. And for Sitka, it worked better for them for a lot of the longliners and jigging boats and different things that they got down there, so. So hopefully soon, you know, Travel, if they gotta figure out a price, cause you know, they gotta get their techs up here, tear it apart, load it up into Connex, then ship it down to Sitka, put it back together, you know, and all that, so. But that's on them, that doesn't come out of our pocket.
Oh,
So
I mean, is it something they can just put on a barge as it is? Put it on a flat?
I think they've looked into it, I don't, well, it's too wide to be on a flat.
Oh.
Yeah. So you could probably roll it on if you had a good flat spot, but getting it over there, and I don't know about craning it, how that would work with it, so,
Huh.
but. But yeah,
Oh,
so
we
they
got it
load it back
nimble.
into Connex and. So it sounds promising, when we sell it, I'll let you know, but you know, be nice to get it gone and put that money towards 3-stage or whatever. You know, cause that was the plan. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
New business, we have the harbor customer survey ideas. You wanna
Yeah,
take this one?
yeah, I'll take that. I reached out to Valdez and last fall, they ran an email just asking questions, what their harbor users thought about their services provided. They got 47 responses. Most of them great, which I feel like we'd be in the same category. I think I'd like to redo it as more of a multiple choice survey thing with a room for comments as opposed to just leaving it open-ended like they did. I think that we'll get a better, you know, we'll get direct answers for specific questions as opposed to just letting people talk. That said, fall time seems to be a good time to do it. Anytime during the summer, but people are pretty busy, get them before they leave. And they've dealt with stuff throughout the summer. Of course, everybody knows they can go into the harbor office anytime, but I think it could be some pretty good info. I have what their director of the port sent me, which is a little improvement memo on what they learned from it. Anybody's welcome to read that, I can send it along. And it's just really good info. I think that we could use that information in Cordova to see how we could better serve the harbor users. We've got a lot of different facilities, some of them get used more than others. But that said, I'm happy to work with getting something built, but in going in the Valdez thing, it was. I didn't fill out the survey. I just got the email for it,
Mhm.
but in that, I learned that I wanna do it a little different. Also, that's all I've got on it right now, but, I think I'm excited about it. I think it could be some really good info. Especially like. How we view it, if it is lighting that's
Mhm.
most important to people, or if it's just a theoretical, or if they need more bathrooms, or, you know. Whatever.
Nothing to spend money on.
Right.
We don't have any.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, some of it is, I will know, I mean, I know that people are frustrated with launching boats right now,
Mhm.
but that's what we got right
Mhm.
now as well.
Yeah.
But. The survey, if we don't. Have a survey and approach people with questions, we're only gonna get. I'm pretty sure that nobody comes into the office to tell the harbor department how well they're doing. You know, I mean, that's a rarity. So
Mark Roy,
it's-
yeah.
if you don't
Make sure.
hear anything, that's a good thing, but I think that this gives people the opportunity to. To show some appreciation for what the harbor's doing, and also on the same note, we can always improve.
Mhm.
So, that's what I'd like to see out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea, you're kind of directing them a little bit, so you're not just giving that open ending, like, yeah, just. Here's the survey to complain,
Right.
you know, constructive criticism, this is the questions, like, how do you like, water, or electricity, or lighting, or whatever, yeah, or how does toilet paper feels.
Right, right, yeah. There will be a comment section that people can go to town, right? But, I think that it could be some pretty valuable information and stuff that we don't see or think about on the daily.
Yeah, I guess just on that, while you're talking about that, I'm thinking of some of the communication, not only that comes from them to us, but also. The the signs in we did a job at the end of the year last year, Cliffside Marina. And the private marina in Whittier, and they had very detailed, like. Installed the bathroom, so you've got a captive audience, you're like, oh, it's how your boat should be left. When you're not there, it's like, tie-up lines, and they had, rough drawing, like, so you get spring lines and trying to keep the boats from working, we were trying to. Be easy on the infrastructure. Do you have your through all closed? Do you, just standard checklist thing? And I was like,
Great.
oh, that's really good. It's like, are you gonna be not available to shovel your boat? Do you have someone lined up to check on it? Do you have, there's like a whole thing where I was like, oh yeah, we should probably be doing more of that because people forget. And then, we're pretty lucky. How many boats we've had sink in the harbor?
We don't really talk about that.
I know, I was just saying, because I'm always amazed that it's usually just simple stuff, and
That's a great idea.
people unhook their exhaust and don't think about how close their wet exhaust is, or they kind of doing something and don't really, just all of a sudden, boop. Wind blows, boat dips and boat sinks, it's kind of, lots of things, that could be just simple things that might might make our infrastructure last longer and save people from equipment damage, so it's just a simple thing. And I know you guys have to add lines, I have to add lines on boats that I don't know where that, you're just like. This isn't gonna work, this is gonna.
I spent every once in a while hours down there, like, tighten this line up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want, don't want a bunch of energy to get into that, so anyways, some of those reminders might help. And there's people that are learning, that are new to it, that just didn't know that.
And some that just don't do it.
There is.
That's why.
But having it written kind of makes maybe a little twinge of guilt that they, I don't know. I thought it was, I was like, oh, that could save a lot of trouble. Save a lot of trouble. And, in the same time, you know, explaining where the proper place, you know, where to drop off your oil, use the antifreeze, it's kind of
That,
general stuff that they should know.
yeah, that I need to get with Clean Harbors on, so they can do something
Yeah.
for that, so, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Um. So you're gonna mail out that, or email
I'm
out,
gonna-
or forward it or something?
Over the next couple months, I'll bring something, what I've got, some samples and for some feedback, if anybody has anything they wanna add or would like to see in it, and it'll probably just be on a Google Doc. And we can send an email link, offer it on the website or just with a QR code when somebody's sitting on the can in the bathroom, you know, I mean, something like that.
Yeah,
It is that easy, so we'll just getting it out, it'll just take a month or two to get out, it doesn't, I think this isn't the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
When
Right.
nobody's here,
It's a little-
so I think we want more activity, and I really think the fall is the best time to get a season of use. I mean, a lot of Valdez's. They emailed it to everybody that's come through, whether it be a transient or season or monthly or year-long slip
Right.
users, so they were getting people from Fairbanks to locals. And Cordovans that were over there.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
filled it in, so emailing it through, we're
I
offering. it
wonder
on
if I
city
missed it,
website.
I'm gonna search and see.
Yeah. It was sent in September, so that seemed like a really good time to go out. And, if you, I think it just gives the most exposure.
On, another thing we have discussed before, and we were working on it, but we were waiting for some better photos, I think, of the completed harbors, so that
Mhm.
we could have like a handout with
Yep, I need to get on that,
the layout of our floats and the names of the outside docks.
Yeah. yeah, cause Hamish went around and, with his drone. And, put together and then spliced it all together, all the different pictures, so I do have a pretty good picture of just about everything in one shot.
Good,
Yeah, so I have that now, so.
good, all right, yeah, no, that would be, that would be something that can be mailed out, but it just, I think it'll be. And a lot of that simple information can be
Mhm.
included in the
Yeah.
pillar of that.
Yeah, I like something like that being included, like the list of, you know, things to check on your boat and then like, you know, like in a fall where you look at the map, you are here and. Oil disposal here, and something like that.
Yeah.
And especially on the transient, that would be nice for, you know, that would people walking up the dock, aren't walking up and down the sidewalk with a bucket of oil looking for where to dump it.
Or car full of trash.
Or car full-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they're just leaving it, yeah.
Yeah.
Going to a new harbor is a very frustrating thing at times, so the email or the internet presence with maps and info is extremely helpful because everybody's got a cell phone when they pull in,
Mhm.
but if you don't know, I mean,
Yeah,
which float is which, and you know,
Yeah,
it's a challenge.
it's like
Well-
trying to find your car at the park, in the airport,
Yeah.
after a week of vacation or whatever.
or when you pick up a rental car and then you park it and you can't remember what it was, you're looking at the key, trying to, what the hell did I have? I think it was white. Yeah, no, that'd be good, and then. Okay, anybody else got anything? This is a good time to bring, we got a real short meeting here, anything else that's thinking about?
I had a quick question on the bathrooms at the shipyard.
Mhm.
Those are. Is there key cards? There is a key card.
There's a fob
How do-
for it.
How do you access those? Or do you?
Through us, I mean, they have them down in the shipyard, in one of those doors is the actual maintenance room, that's where they keep them, so. Yeah, just ask us when you're gonna be down there, or if you see one of the guys, they can get it out of there, but yeah.
Is it something that might be? Somebody gives a deposit to have one if you're hauled out for that period?
Yeah, well, we usually, if you lose it,
I think we were charging $50.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I would just,
yeah.
I would encourage a $50 deposit
Mhm.
for when you're hauled out, because it becomes a little bit
Mhm.
urgent sometimes.
Right.
And it's,
Time to get to
yeah.
town.
trying to get my guys to remember that when you haul the boat, sign one out to the people.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Be like, here, it's on a floaty, here it is,
Yeah.
just let them know it's. Initial it or whatever, and yeah, but yeah.
Just checking. I have the incinerator toilet on the boat, but the breaker won't power,
Oh.
power it, so.
Alrighty. Guess. Anything that anybody's thinking about for comments or next meeting agenda items?
Welcome, Kenton.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome for something like this. Be honest, it's my first time like actually in something like this in commission or board or anything like that, so. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I just went to Cordova last year or a year ago and. You know, just being on the dock and meeting a lot of people and working where I work and. Meeting a whole bunch of that, meeting Tony and the boys and stuff, it's really interesting to see. Small community, small town. And seeing the issues and simple things that can be prevented. Just even preventative maintenance, I mean, that's a lot of it. It rains so much here, just like Hawaii, it rains every day.
Yeah,
except-
not quite the same.
Yeah, not as cold and right next to the ocean, Big Island. Yeah, and like, so, I mean, we get salt water all the time, it's a small island, but like right here. With that wind blowing, it's just not a joke, especially down at work, so, yeah, that's. So I was just looking at that list right there for that. The lift. You know, being a part of seeing that travel is getting fixed, I mean, it sits out there. All day.
Yep.
The wind or not, snow, rain, and that salt water kicks up and it's all over it's all over everything, so. Totally understand that, because it's working right there, you can see it, just parking the truck there and going to work for your daily thing and. You know, it's eating away at your car, for sure. And then
That's like
everything else.
Hawaii,
Yeah,
because everything rots away in the morning.
yep.
I think
That's
it rots faster.
It does. Yeah, we get the fresh water a lot, so it rinses it.
I know that's a thing, cause Port Townsend, I noticed that I got more rest on specifically like a bicycle. Because it was outside and it has not as much rainfall, but just as much salt. And when we get the atmospheric river on a monthly basis, it does flush, you know,
Yep.
flush everything out. It's pretty wild.
And we don't have the UV damage.
Yep.
Sometimes it'd be nice to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You know, and the other thing that I noticed, I grew up in upstate New York, I've been here. A few years now, and the rodent damage is very light here. It's just amazing how you park something and it would just be a nest in different places. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
always a huge deal that like, oh, we haven't used this in a couple of months, you know, here, so. Probably not a rodent issue, yeah, but they make a terrible mess everywhere.
That's for sure.
So we got some bright sides.
Oh, there's a lot of bright sides. It's a different style of living, that's for sure. That's good. Thank you for having me here, guys. It's really awesome.
Cool, appreciate your help.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess we just need one more motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any opposed? Adjourn.